Welcome to Part 5 in Parts. I'm Jim.
And I'm Sam.
And this is your JoJo's Golden Wind anime review episode podcast. Those words aren't in the correct order, but you could use the Gold Experience to fix it up, I'm sure, if you want to.
It is a mouthful.
It is a very long title.
Yes, and we do our spoiler for all JoJo discussion of Part 5 anime, but inside arcs or fights or, you know.
Yes, so more specifically, this episode we were talking about episodes 24 and 25 of the Golden Wind anime.
And it takes all the notorious B.I.G. chapters and the Spice Girl chapters, which is like 2 Spice Girl chapters and like 6 or 7 B.I.G. chapters.
So overall, because like obviously the Spice Girl episode or Spicy Lady episode came out today, and I have to say probably maybe the strongest episode of the anime by far. Like, in my opinion,
I was worried I might be really biased because I love Trish and Spice Girl. Like, if anybody knows, but
no,
I was even super happier as episode.
I fucking loved this episode. This podcast is different now. We're changing it. This is the Spice Girl fan club.
Okay, good. I was always #1 Spice Girl fan. You can back me on that.
I wasn't initially a huge Spice Girl fan, but I really loved the voice acting. I thought was really good. I mean, they made a really good choice not giving her like too much of like a
filter voice.
Yeah, there's no filter over it, which I really appreciate, and there was no like
Heaven has that
stupidness to it. It felt like a very realistic, just like it was because it's part of her. It's like a portion of her that's like communicating to her for the first time, which I absolutely love.
Yes. So yeah, the first episode 24 was Notorious Chase or B.I.G.
Yeah, pretty much all of the B.I.G. chapters, I guess.
Yes. And so they basically go to the airport, but
they're trying to get to Sardinia.
Yeah, but they cut out the part in the manga where they encounter like a security guard where it's like they're just telling them, "Oh, we're gonna go steal a plane," and then Bruno just zippers a gun into his arms, and that's it.
Yeah, forgot all about that.
It got a lot of weird, like, goofy character moments.
That's one of the biggest issues I think with Part 5 is they do cut out a lot of those like little incidental scenes,
like Fugo like wanting to like questioning Giorno's like they steal 100 cars or whatever.
Yeah, that's literally one of the funniest fucking lines too.
But yeah, also and then so Giorno goes to the plane and like uses Gold Experience that can now detect any living thing in anything that he just touches.
So yeah,
it's bullshit. More Giorno bullshit.
The most hilarious thing is like, so what is the threshold for like a living thing? Like, because there's tons of microorganisms in there, I'm sure.
He says he could detect a cockroach in the plane.
Yeah, so I guess he's probably just thinking insects, but there's got to be like like microscopic organisms. Maybe, this is splitting hairs.
Maybe he can like put his mind towards like
big,
just insects, like as like insects as like the living being, not like microorganisms or anything like that.
But what if there was a stand user who could shrink himself down smaller than a cockroach?
Or what if it's like Superfly,
like one of the ones we've seen?
Not Superfly. They call it Tower of Grey from Part 3 of the fly that flies around the plane. Can it detect stuff that's in the air in the plane?
Oh, that's a really good point. Probably not. Well, actually, probably, because it's fucking Golden Experience.
It probably could.
Alright, this is dumb, and I'm done talking about it.
It's a dumb power, so...
I know, it's the less time we spend on it, the better.
Well, do we get to Carne?
Yes, Carne was hilarious.
Carne's appearance, his is always like the best thing. Like, he's just such a massive man, and like he had this full like long sleeve like red outfit with like lines on it, and like these pants that had this weirdest like opening in it. I don't know how they stay on. And then he had a stupid fucking hat.
So okay, I want to talk about this. Was the inclusion of a stand behind him original? Because I don't recall that from when I read it.
I think it is. No, I think it was in the manga. It appeared like very briefly, and it's like, oh, he had to stand, and Mista just unloads on him for the first time of shooting someone, killing them, and not having it come back and shoot him.
Because I actually don't remember it.
I believe it briefly appears right as he's like charging at them, and then Mista unloads on him, kills him, and I guess that's taken care of, and Giorno basically says, "Oh," he checks on him like, "Oh, he's dead. There's no life energy."
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm wrong. We do see it.
Yeah.
The jarring part is that we see it from behind, in the anime, which we don't see it in the manga.
Yeah.
It's just funny because you see the Stan's
Also-
butt, and he's got like Hank Hill's butt where there's like no butt.
Well, also in the manga, Carne, like, it's shot so many more times, and just, like, his fingers are shot off, its, like, face has, like, 20 holes in it, like, it's fucking brutal.
That whole bit in the beginning is just so funny to me, like the Mista just unloading on him, killing a guy. Hilarious.
Yeah, but also, like, it also raises the question up, since he is an elite guard of the boss, so people are wondering, did he know he has a stand that activates from death?
I'm gonna say no. I think because we even see it in the anime, he goes to use the stand. So I think his stand might have just had another ability.
Or that was an
changed.
ability, but, like, he just, like, I don't know. He just died trying to use it, and it's just so one of those really strong stands that no matter, like, what you do, it's gonna keep going.
So in Hunter x Hunter, I know I'm a huge Hunter x Hunter fan. This isn't really a spoiler, but the powers in Hunter x Hunter, there's like a thing that is known about them. It's like, because basically your power is an expression of your will, and some people's will can like go after their death. So killing someone who's attacking you isn't necessarily a good idea because their power might get stronger. So I think it's maybe the same idea.
But did the boss know that he has this power? Because he had to be end up as an elite guard and sent after them for a reason. Like, he had to know he had this kind of, like, strong stand.
I think that's potential. Well, okay, so let's talk about it. So King Crimson
Yes.
can see ahead in the future.
10 seconds.
Maybe he saw ahead to a timeline that didn't happen where he killed Carne and he saw what happened to the stand. This is a complete bullshit fan theory.
But as it showed in here, it doesn't activate right away. It, like, has to, like, stay inside his arm and to...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just pulling shit on my ass, dude.
It's one of those debate things that Jojo fans discuss, and
everyone's wrong. Everyone is worse for the wear afterwards.
But so after Carne's shot, they get on the plane, and they basically Trish talks about like the island, her father, and the mother still that story that she was told, and
it's funny that she waits until now to give this. Like, this could have helped earlier.
Yeah, a little bit. And so yeah, they tell them that, and then I think Jordan talks about wanting a pizza, and
yes, one of my favorite moments in the entire Jojo, all of Jojo, is Giorno wanting to, like, wistfully thinking about eating a margarita pizza. It just makes me very happy.
And then they get tension over a freezer, and then there's like and then Carney's fingers appear in there, so like B.I.G. just spit them out in there just to fuck with them.
This is when you can't look at JoJo as like a things making sense. It's just about like how to like prolong suspense.
The only thing that can stop Giorno and his bullshit stand is another stand that can do bullshit.
Complete bullshit.
That has infinity as like its stand stats.
Yeah, so I guess we can talk about Big. So Notorious B.I.G. is apparently the quickest stand ever. It's so incredibly quick that it can keep up with the airplane as it's flying through the sky, even though it's already been... Which makes me think, like, how does it get momentum if it's flying in the sky?
Fuck if I know. Probably the faster the target's moving, the faster it wants to go.
But, like, at the end we see... I do love at the end of the episode, of the second episode where it crashes in the water, how its existence is suffering. Like, it's constantly screaming.
I know.
Because it's one thing... It's kind of like Sheer Heart Attack, where it, like, fixates on one target... but where Sheer Heart Attack was like, there's one that makes sense, but this one, in the ocean, speed is constantly changing with all the waves, so it's constantly just screaming and attacking things.
I mean, at least he's doing something. He's not like, what's it called, from part 4, who got like punched into a rock, or Enigma that got Aqua Necklace, and then like Enigma that or Angelo got punched to a rock, or like
Angelo, and then the Enigma
got put into a book,
which is horrifying.
Josuke's like could join this gang and be fine.
That guy, I just watched the leitmotif. Someone did a leitmotif for Highway Star, and I actually totally forgot that Highway Star is like the reason why they win that fight.
Yeah,
like Highway Star hangs out with Josuke because they're looking for Funkichi or whatever.
He does what Giorno does in like this first like real fight of part 5 where he sacrifices himself. So
exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't seen any of the JoJo leitmotifs on YouTube, they're awesome. People take the manga panels, and they like sync them up with the music.
Yeah.
Really fun, just extremely cool.
So yeah, they chuck the freezer with the fingers. They realize it's from him, and they chuck him out of the airplane, and get Jordan back in a chair. And then he reads a bunch of graffiti that apparently he wrote because like, oh, I want. So some of these
this is kind of stupid.
A lot of these were not translated because Crunchyroll got really, except for like just re-editing Notorious Chase on there.
This is so bizarre to me that they chose. Yeah, we're watching it on Crunchyroll. Obviously, they chose to edit over where it says B.I.G. to Chase.
Yeah,
and translate any of the Italian text.
So we got someone translated it looking in like Reddit discussion thread. So like, I want to eat a pizza margarita. Dick. Die. I need to cut my nose hair. I'll be damned. To the island in the south with a girl. We want to go to Sardinia. Sardinia. They spelled it wrong.
Well, it's spelled with like a G in Italian, I think.
Yeah,
in English, it's not spelled that way because fucking why would anything be consistent?
He could be eaten by a dead guy. Help us. That poor guy had to go away like it was worth nothing. He got away swearing. I don't know what that one's supposed to be.
So this is interesting.
Hate is its energy source. I had like couple of that. An energy that only shows up when he's dead. An energy that he never saw either.
That is really interesting.
He is already dead, so we can't kill him. The stand name is Notorious Chase. Help me, please. I can't help it anymore. Before dying, I want to eat my last pizza from my home city of Naples.
It's really weird. It's like
grammar is rough because of translations, but
it's really weird because it's like a mixture of Giorno's inner monologue and like
Carne's like lingering like memories. In the stand.
But also there's like this sort of like third, what do you call it? Like a omniscient voice there, where it's like it knows the stand name, it knows the weaknesses, it knows about like it seems to admit there that Carne. I wish I'd read that earlier. It seems to admit Carne doesn't know that his stand activates after his death.
Yeah.
I just think that's really interesting. And it's, so we see later that it is coming from Giorno's, like, a false hand that has been grafted onto his skin.
So, wait, so you know how we saw, like, B.I.G. appear, like, moving along, like, right, the shot? Like, a near-death experience, basically, like, with a bullet hitting him, like, he had that, or multiple bullets hitting him, like, maybe that activated this, like, the stand to, like, actually manifest from that like, shot, kind of like how Trish was, like, stand manifested in, like, the 10 situation near death, like...
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But, yeah, B.I.G. eats, like 4 or 5 like Sex Pistols and
I almost called them the Foo Fighters for some reason. I was thinking, I was like, wait, no,
so Mista technically shoots himself, I guess. I think people count it. And then what's it called? And Narusia gets fucked up by
they all get everyone except Abakio.
He's behind the plane.
And Abakio, who's just completely irrelevant in this episode. Bruno and then Trish are all fine.
Yeah. And also, I think this Jorno loses his arm the first time when he sees it, and then eventually, like...
He loses the other hand, too.
Yeah, because that's a great idea, like, oh, we gotta break the window, and then he does, and... he's so brutal.
Is hilarious how... is it Trish that puts the plate, the tray? It's either Trish or Bruno that throws just a fucking, like, meal tray over the open window, and it just seals perfectly.
I guess. If I, like, the way Giorno, they does it, like, I love the way he cuts his hand off and just, like, put it in the glass and then just, like, pulling backwards. It's so disgusting. Like,
yeah, this one is, like, I'm so happy that they didn't censor the gore as much.
This part especially has been like that.
It's so bizarre, because in the first episode they did, when, Giorno spits out Luca's fingers.
Yeah.
They're censored there, and there was another one that was, like, I think kind of recent, but, like, none of this is censored to my knowledge.
Like, part 4 was, like, entirely censored.
Yeah, it was weird.
Where the stub is, like, not at all. Which is, like, I'm watching it to see, like, the hand actually come out and you see the meat and everything. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, this episode had some awesome gore. Like, even just the fingers, like, the weird fingers with the exposed bone looked really good.
This is, like, a weird mix of, like, the Blob and, like... I'm trying with other, like, weird creature. It's, like, a mix of, like, multiple horror movies.
It is a very, like... thinking back on this, the first episode is kind of, like... It's a good episode, but, like, whatever. The second episode really clinches it as, like... You understand how threatening the concept of this stand is.
A stand that you cannot kill because the user is already dead, and like it's not like Anubis that has a sword that you know they throw it into the ocean. That's how they get rid of it, or what's that stupid freaking gorilla?
Strength.
Yeah. something like that, where you like, let's just not go on the boat. Let's just kill this monkey. At least he dies. But yeah, more so a new because that's the actual like, other living example of a living stand.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
then we get the stinger where apparently this fucking stand is even though it was ejected from the plane, it has now found its way back on, and
but now
it is Trish
now it's
versus
cute.
Yeah, now it's adorable.
Now it's adorable.
I do love Big.
He's so cute.
He's extremely cute.
Yeah, and the brooch is growing Giorno's hand back because he did it. Like apparently no one noticed him doing it before, but it's there.
Giorno, I feel like imagine all. Like, I just have to imagine Giorno's constantly creating things that are just...
He's creating multiple limbs.
Yeah, so, like, people just finding, like, stray hands just, like, all over the place.
So disgusting.
I mean, if I had just developed that power, I'd get really weird with it, too.
I mean, yeah, and you know that you're, like, your guy, your boss can, like, zip it back together like it's nothing. So... But yeah, so it's so adorable. B.I.G. is like, because like, he just stays little almost the entire time until like the end of the episode.
He does look really cute too. His design is really just very funny to me.
But he went from like a weird flesh. He was B.I.G. when he appeared on Carne. Then he came like a weird flesh monster for the most part, and then he came that little chibi.
He's got like a form, like a very distinct form. Like he has like arms and like a face.
Well, I hope so. Like so do most stands. But yeah, I love. But yeah, the Tenmo Trish like learning the movement thing and like saying like I should need to get the Bruno, but like she knows the hands. But then she's like recliner chair. She's like I shouldn't press this thing. I just need to go away, and she does it like
which I love. Like I honestly. So yeah, now obviously we're on the episode Spicy Lady, Spice Girl. Mm-hmm. I love this episode in so many different ways. It does such a good job at like.
This is Trish's like
this is her coming of age. Like even Spice Girl even says it like well, it's kind of weird. I hate that she makes it as like, oh, Giorno helped you mature. It's like,
resolve.
Is it Giorno?
His resolve made everybody else's resolve greatly appear. But also, like Rocky said, the boot coming off is like her like maturing or growing up. He stated that before.
It's her having her first period.
I honestly like. I kind of forgot the one bit where like her boot guy went like she didn't pee herself.
I know. I actually had that thought too for a second, but then I was like, oh no, there was the bottle there.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically she's gonna go get the brooch, and then when she at one point she like backs up, and she like that's when you hear spicy lady, Spice Girl like doing her curl up in a ball appearance and talking to her, where she talks to her a lot in this, which is like. But I always pictured it like is this like her like subconscious or her will to like actually help or do good, not to try to be like. Damsel in distress, like the girl that she kind of was. Yeah, just sort of. I don't want to say like an object, but she really is just kind of like a MacGuffin. Yeah. Earlier on, like she's
in the
plot
story,
device.
She's a. They need to protect her. Yeah, damsel in distress, I guess, works too. They need to protect her. Because she can't defend herself. Blah blah blah.
Because her and or Bruno would both get like captured multiple times, so everybody else has to go help them.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then we get the appearance of her. And it's just like she talks to him. It's like you have decided to go. I think she showed again. Not sure if you saw, but she had her hand like when she on. Like, yeah. She actually had the heated print, which still makes no sense.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's just trying to make it like a callback.
Yeah,
it's trying to like call you back to that scene.
But yeah, so she basically like learning. Oh, you can soften things. That's like it's your power. Which is funny, but it actually shows like. The implications and like the way they animate it look really cool. Like it works out, and you understand how useful a silly power like this could actually be. And you'll eventually see how horrifying it possibly can get in part 8. But yeah, so you get the kind of but she also like, who are you? Like, are you really part of me? Like multiple times? Like,
yeah, it's a little silly, but I really.
You clearly know what stands are because you've been referencing a gold experience and like
she can see. Yeah, we know that
she knows them. She knows about them. But like, yeah, they made make Spice Girl look like a person because she doesn't have the glow on her.
I'm so happy that I think they redesigned her face a little bit.
They definitely did.
It looks so much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
And also, thank you for not including just like gratuitous stand glow. I hate the stand auras. Get them out of JoJo, please. It looks dumb. But this just I don't know. I love this episode so much.
I am you, I am thou, you are I. She gets her persona.
It is kind of weird because we see it a few times. Spice Girl has like some sort of autonomy.
Yeah, she's
where
like,
she softens the boot herself. She softens the clock against Trisha's will.
Yeah.
And I guess we have seen stands work against the will of their creators sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, Act 3 for the most part had a mind of its own, but yo, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Kill the bitch. Kill the hoe.
Kill the hoe.
But yeah, so she basically orders Trish, like, this is what we gotta do, and that, like, multiple times, like, and, like, I think at one point she, like, stays still, and, like, she's like, no, I'm gonna run, and she runs, and that whole thing, and then she's like, why didn't you listen to me?
Yeah, which it's really funny thinking about, like, the stand as, like, her subconscious will. Like,
it is.
She wants to save Jorna. She wants to be good, but the front part of her brain, or her lizard brain's telling her, like, no,
save
run
yourself.
away. Yeah, save yourself. But she still is acting out, like, the part with when she pushes the button down, like,
yeah,
something is guiding her. Her consciousness is guiding her.
Well, that's what I was, because that part's, like, I noticed a lot, because I kind of, like, before I skip it to the end of the episode, but when she, like, really takes charge, like, the stands doesn't talk to her anymore, and she's, like, complete control, so now it's, like, her punch goes, where, like, instead of just being autonomous the entire time, it was unique that way.
Yeah. It's just so cool. And I love the idea of talking stands. Stan having a personality is so appealing to me.
I feel like after this part, it doesn't talk like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't recall it.
Because I believe like, they just come as one by the end, and then that's why she can, like, she does this, like, on her own, and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm pretty sure of.
I think this comes at a very good point in the story, where it's kind of like, Trish has had all this time of being a non-character, and now we've got, like, the boss is being thrust forward as, like, the main villain, so we need to give her a backstory, like, make her relevant and important.
Especially since we're going to her hometown.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Spice Girl, they do more softening. Also does a thing where she runs to the closet and, like, it makes the door soft, but it grabs her, like, her one strap, so you get a tit shot of a 15-year-old girl in a in her tits fold out.
I have to say, this episode was really well animated, I felt.
Yeah.
In comparison. Some of the later ones have been a little
There's one shot of her
iffy.
foot with, like, a blob. That was, like, the one thing I noticed, but I didn't mind it. But, yeah, so we get the tit shot.
Yeah, it's really funny how gratuitous the part where it pulls her bra strap back.
But, yeah, so we get...
But it really, I don't know, like, these scenes, like, the slowness, I really love the slow pace. It really draws the fear out.
And then we get the famous pipe that Spice Girl has in, like, every media that she's in afterwards.
Because she's not in anything else besides this pipe.
I have a figure of her has a pipe and has a B.I.G. with her.
I love how... So, yeah, this is... I normally love manga better, almost all the time. But this is one example where, like, as I said, like, the pacing of the episode does a really good job because it's all about moving slowly. And
the animation of, like, stuff being softened works a lot better in this.
It looks really fun and cool. And the part where she takes the pipe and, like, is slowly churning it apart. It looks like... Because in my head, when you see someone jam a pipe, you think, like, rapid, but she's just, like, with a lot of force, just slowly pushing... in, and I think that's very cool.
But I also love Spice Girl, like, freaking out, like, die, you bastard, like... I just love, like, the stand trash talking. I wonder, like, there's a reason, because, like, B.I.G. does have the stand aura around it when it's doing this, but Spice Girl still doesn't.
Because, I don't know. I guess it just looks so much better. Because
they're each a half, I guess. I gotta double check by the end of the episode to see, like, if she does have the glow by the end, because they come together as, like, one. But, yeah, so... He uses the pipe, as he's in every media. Eyes of Heaven, also, she uses that as well, because why not? I love that. I wish she kept the pipe the entire... I wish that was like a weird thing that her stand would just always have a weapon.
Have the pipe?
Well, I don't know, why not?
It's just stupid. It's just a fucking, like, clothes hanger.
But yeah, so they run out, they meet up. They seem to get rid of it.
But of course they fucking didn't.
Because it, like, really disintegrates while she's, like, grinding it, which is, like, I wouldn't expect that. But yeah, Bruno is like... Don't look behind you. Then she does, because, you know, horror.
I mean, Bruno's kind of an asshole here. He could be like, yo, Big is back, and he's bigger than ever.
I mean, Abakio is like, whoa, no way. All the planes are crashing, because, like, it's in the engines, basically, because they were moving. But, yeah, so... She instead of, like, just come slowly, Trish, it'll be okay, and then she just sprints at him, and she gets that resolve.
Which is awesome, and I think that's when the color shift happens, when she starts sprinting.
I love that color shift. I think that's a good color shift.
Yeah, and it's I think it's the reference to the cover, right? The big
it's
cover.
slightly different.
Oh, is it? Okay,
I'm pretty
I didn't
sure.
double check.
Because the other cover is like it's like white hair and like blue, basically blue. It's like the central color of the outfit. But I think it was slightly different or greenish. I went fast forward, but yeah, they basically have monologues that like it's too powerful. We can't beat it. But she also does the line of like we're not gonna crash. Emergency landing. We're going to do the opposite of an emergency landing, which is crash the plane, I guess.
I know. I love. That's really hilarious.
Which is just like the equivalent of Jordan. Like we got to do 100 cars.
Yeah, just it's a plan so crazy it has to work.
Or I gotta keep shooting this ricochet. I shoot it.
I guess it's just resolve. It's just I gotta crash this airplane.
I love the pilot. It's also like Moody Blue's is still in pilot, looking back with like his arm like on the seat like an armrest. It's really funny. But yeah, so she softens the entire like plane or like their end of the plane, so like this like breaks off. She does get to stand the glow by the end.
Oh, she does, yeah, because and then Trish glows too. Interesting, and then we get the classic WANNABEEEE.
I do love the WANNABEEEE.
Scream.
I still think Eyes of Heaven did the best. Cause I just wish it was a little bit longer. Going from the WANNABEEEE and then going a really high pitched scream is so good, and I freaking love it.
It's pretty funny. I like the restraint they had because I think it can be easy to just to acquiesce to the memes, just like submit to the memes and allow them. She has
one thing. Give it her one thing of the long WANNABEEEE.
I like the little light touch they did where she does the WANNABEEEE thing. It's not a big deal. It's not super crazy.
It needs to be a big deal.
But it's awesome. It's still a great moment that I'll never forget.
They gave Narantia his aura.
They did vola.
Yeah. Like, Bruno deserves his own. I can say that.
Which also, I love the little call out here, and then we get the classic. I forgot all about this. Trish says Arrivederci.
So good.
Which is pretty awesome. And then we see the 13 different subtitles for what Arrivederci means.
Also, like, I love Baggio, like, trash talking, and then this B.I.G. appears, like, on his hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. And then, like, what should you do? They get it off. They get it off of him and then just chuck it into the ocean, and then becomes like a Part 4 tourist trap, basically.
Yeah.
Of just like just harasses ships that come by and probably kills them like a kraken.
Yeah, and the art that they show, it looks like a kraken. It's really funny. It's like it has grown tentacles, and it is now. He actually is lifting a dude, and like he's holding a poor man up.
Also, just like screaming in the water, just like freaking the.
I love that it just
has like teeth too in like the shot.
Yeah,
so bizarre, but yeah, that's basically the end of the episode, and like she's like it does the famous pose of them like
all
on top
hugging
of each other.
They're all hugging.
Bruno only
Sex Pistols.
Giorno and like Mista together is like
they only have Sex Pistols too.
And like this like grappling like onto his arm, like he's like fully grabbed like the entire joint of like of his shoulder.
What a great pose!
Trish is like the most normal one pose. She's just like in there, like,
absolutely
so
incredible. Abacchio looks like he's wedging himself forcibly between Bucciarati and Narancia.
Having your hand in your face is one thing, but he
he's covering his ear.
Brutus, I don't know if Brutus is like trying to get into the shot. Like, it's such a bizarre.
She's just like, what's fucking happening?
I'm normally posing.
But see, I really, as I said earlier, I really love the idea that Big becomes a like
Bermuda Triangle monster.
He becomes like a legend in a way.
Yeah, he got like the Bermuda Triangle of Italy. But yeah, then we get a moment. So I wasn't sure about if the scene in the hotel was actually in the manga, but we double checked it and it was. Except for a couple things. One thing, we looked at it, and I think the part where it shows like the picture of Trish's mom, and it shows you like the picture of
from her perspective. So it sees her perspective of being the picture taken, which is we see the boss.
It looks like Doppio.
Yeah, he resembles Doppio.
It has a sweater. The Doppio.
I think he also looks like. He looks generic enough that it's not like an overt spoiler.
Yeah, and he just knows like, oh, my daughter's power is awakened, and they're alive. But you get more of those great shots of King Crimson, like being angry.
And I love the King Crimson destroying the keyboard.
Yeah,
out of anger is really funny to me too.
And you get the slowest like printer is like. It's like they just drop the frame rate to like 2 frames per second to make it like it actually is like an old fashioned printer of like takes forever. But yeah, so if you like King Crimson smiling, this episode is perfectly for you.
Yes, and who doesn't love King Crimson Smiling?
And they're still having the boss like not having his like end part appearance.
Yeah, which is it's so interesting to me because in my head when I think of Diavolo, I think of Diavolo.
I mean,
okay, so I feel like that's not okay. We're looking at
Doppio right now. It is
It's
kind of
not-
like a Doppio sweater, but he has like the purple hair or the pink hair. If you actually look at it, is like a pinkish hair.
I don't think it's like an overt. I don't know. I think the him having his face blocked is like.
I'm surprised they don't have it like his
Works.
hair up in like a ponytail or a bun just so he show me he has long hair. Cause it looks like
It looks like he is wearing a hat actually in that picture.
It's maybe, but it's like I'm surprised like in the current like this one like the normal boss like being angry like his hair just slicked back and not like long or anything. It's really weird when you see him at the end because
it's almost like he was redesigned near the end of the part.
Yeah, to make him look better, not in the stupid suit that he's in,
and
give him like weird fishnet. So.
So then we have the whole exchange with the maid and whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I completely like surprised because he cleans out his room, covered with like computers, like the destroyed keyboard and the pictures that he had like of all the stuff going on.
It's just not even worth thinking about.
In 10 seconds, he cleans it out, gets out the window.
Yeah.
But also, like, I surprised he just didn't just like donut the maid.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he just doesn't give a shit. He just, I guess he doesn't give a shit too much because if he did give a shit, he didn't give a shit at all. He would just kill her and walk away. But he does want to like leave no trace.
Yeah, and then that's the episode of, and we get the addition of B.I.G. to the credits and Spice Girl.
And Spice Girl, yeah.
Spice Girl is like weirdly like wrapped next to like
King Crimson,
but her arm is like reached to Gold Experience's crotch.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. I like how she's like pointing upwards.
But I'm glad to see those two added. So, but next we're probably gonna get. I think it's like My Name is Doppio. We're getting like the Doppio.
Yeah, so the next
background.
one's called My Name is Doppio, which I honestly thought the end of this chapter. I got really excited when they showed the city. I was like, "Are we gonna see Doppio's introduction?"
Or at least like see like his image like walking down. But yeah, Ball says like I had to do this myself, and I'm like, you're kind of hinting at like the Doppio twist, but.
I mean, they did in the manga too.
Yeah, I know.
It's in retrospect, of course, you're going to notice these things, but I wonder how much a first time viewer would really notice that.
But we're probably gonna be a Doppio backstory, then end with like at least maybe a little bit of Metallica, or it cuts back to Nero coming or doing shit.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like they've got a lot of like loose ends to tie up. Well, not loose ends. They got a lot of character positioning to do. Like we got to get them to Sardinia. We got to get them to the beach and like. Set up all the shit, so
yeah.
I think we'll probably see some more of that, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Metallica, which I'm so excited
I know. It's gonna be the most violent. Should be the most violent part.
Oh, I can't wait.
So yeah, very good. Probably my favorite episode season. I remember we were so hyped for White Album, and then that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that one episode kind of sucked.
But now we got B.I.G., which a lot of people weren't just excited to see Carne for the most part. But this one probably be one of the best episodes, especially like after last episode, kind of like we need to recover from the King Crimson arc. That we kind of need to take it easy.
Yeah.
So,
just looking at the manga right now, there's 14 chapters of Green Day and Oasis,
and that's gonna be a 3-parter. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, probably. I think 3-part is pretty safe.
So
pretty safe to assume.
But yeah,
So as I said. Loved it. It was very good. Mm-hmm. I fucking love Spice Girl. Yes. Spice Girl is very good.
I think she was in my top 5 from when we did our top 5 stands episode. And I think she was like number. I put her in I don't know what spot I put her in. Cause I think I put her low because she only got that one appearance. But this episode probably would have bumped her up even more because like the anime did a way better job.
Yeah, they just don't do much. If she'd had awakened her earlier. It might have been cooler, but also at the same time, like, the charm of Spice Girl is that she is, like, a personality. She is, like, connecting to Trish. That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But, yeah. It's a great episode. Trish is still my favorite JoJo girl. So, and...
They really love drawing her sexily in this, I have to say.
What gave it away? Was it the tit shot?
There's a lot of shots that are framed right around her boobs.
Was the part where, like, Fugo and Mista were, like, drooling over her?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, it's JoJo. Like, wait until people start doing the Plankton fan art, and like all that. Especially part 6 is covered with all that art of like all the girls in it. And then you get
And
to
people fucking love Jolene, so...
Yeah, Jolene, we're gonna have Hermes, we're gonna have Foo Fighter, we'll have...
Anasui as a girl.
The best Anasui.
That'd be fucking hilarious if the
hope-
first appearance is just the girl, and then they change it, and they change it back to a guy.
This changes completely the entire part of that being a girl. That'd be amazing.
I wish.
We also have Goo Goo Dolls are gonna be there. And, what's it called? Marilyn...
Yeah, everyone loves
Manson.
Goo Goo Dolls. Well, I don't know if everyone loves Goo Goo Dolls, but Goo Goo Dolls is fun. I like the bird that she keeps around. That is just a person in a bird suit. It's very creepy.
I mean, what can you do? You have the ultimate prison stand, so...
Yeah. Alright, so... Let's wrap this up.
Yes. Anything else you want to...
I want to say... I don't like Jojo anymore. Jojo sucks. I hate it. I'm leaving the fandom forever, and you can't stop me.
But what we're gonna do, we talk about the Dragon Dream in part 6 anime.
Oh no. I guess I have to come back for that.
Everybody's favorite who we're gonna talk about Yo-Yo Ma with? the only Yo-Yo Ma fan.
I am the only Yo-Yo Ma fan on the internet. It's true.
When you get the Rule 63 Yo-Yo Ma.
That'd be awesome, actually. He's so cute. It's like a corn. She already is like...
Oh my god, it totally is your favorite fan.
Yo-Yo Ma just looks like corn. Alright, let's end this now. I've been Jim. Wait. Check out our other podcasts. We do one on...
Part 8,
where we read it chapter by chapter, called Jo Kakaka.
Yes, that's usually around like the 18th, 19th of the month when the chapters come out, and we have them translated by then.
Yes,
or around then. We also been doing like a Hunter x Hunter by arc, kind of like this, but we're doing like the actual like major story arcs.
Mm-hmm.
And
at the time that this is coming out,
we had the first part done.
Yeah, the first part is out. There will be more out shortly.
We have the Heaven's Arena done, and we're probably gonna do York New very soon.
Yeah.
And what else? And I think that's pretty much it.
That's it.
So probably back for another episode of Part 5 in like 2 weeks, whatever, or 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do for Metallica. That's gonna be a long one.
So it'll be 2 or 3. Most likely.
Yeah,
but
so
but
anticipate our return.
But in 2 weeks we'll have a Part 8 chapter, so...
Hell yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so into Part 8 right now.
Everybody's like is super curious with where its next chapter's going, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for like the next year of JoJo personally.
I know, it's a big year.
I know it's gonna, there's a lot of shit happening.
So, yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Alright, I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
Bye.
Bye.